What's up, traders? So most of you guys know already I am doing the FTMO challenge, and that's simply because I want to prove to you guys that I actually do know how to trade without showing you my actual personal trading account balance, and that's not something I'm ever going to do, but I think FTMO is something that we can definitely look into as you know, kind of a proof. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to refresh this page here just so that you guys can see that it is actually fresh here and I haven't done any editing onto it, you know, using the what is it, the hitting F11 there and editing the data. You can see so far we're 2 days in, we have over 80% win rate. Basically haven't lost with the actual trades I've taken. I've just taken like small little, as you can see, like little tiny losses, but these are all like profit taking. So obviously the 80% is like a little bit skewed, I'll be honest with you guys. The profit taking, I just took like a couple really small profits, so that actually made the win rate much higher. So you can see kind of what we're doing there, and we're only trading Euro, USD, USwiss, and I think I took a pound trade also. So you guys can look at here, it's only been 2 days so far. We're up 3.5%. I'm risking 0.5% each time. That is in fact the account, and you can see that, you know, that's the account number, and you can see that wherever, I don't know where the account number is on here. Either way, I think you guys can understand that that's pretty legit there. What I'm doing is I'm just using a copy trader program. This program freaking cost me 200 bucks to buy, just so that we can actually accurately, and I put a trade running actually right now as the London Open, and you can see the account balance here is actually running live, so that you guys can know for sure that this is actually legitimate. Cool. So I'm just going to explain the trades that I did take on the first 2 days there, so you guys do know kind of what's going on and you can follow along. We're going to do this each week, and once again, I am challenging every other guru, so please send this to any of your favorite gurus and see if they are actually willing to accept the challenge. You know, I would say if they don't accept the challenge within 1 week of me posting this video and you sending it to them, then they would be a fake trader and they don't actually know how to trade, because you can do the FTMO challenge even as a swing trader, and any real trader doesn't care about the cost of the FTMO challenge. So if they're going to complain, no, I don't want to spend the 500 bucks, well, who cares, man? So this is actually a trade that I took right here. Right now, it might actually not go so well, so I'll update you guys with that tomorrow, but the reason is pretty obvious for me here, and it's basically we had these multiple tests of that zone there, and then we just swept all the stops out and closed back within the range. It was super simple. We're in a downtrend when we're looking at the higher time frame and the previous day, so there's no reason to be bullish on this yet, until we start really breaking up, breaking some levels. Yeah, so the first day's trade, and if you guys wanted to make sure that I actually am doing these on each day, you can actually watch the stream and I talk about them right after that day, and you've literally just seen proof in the FTMO panel there or whatever, and I'll show you again as the time goes on what the trades are, and then at the very end of the week I'll show you the end of the balance. So hopefully we can actually hit that 10% within the first month. It's only been 2 days and I've hit 3.5%, risking basically nothing. So it looks really good so far. So the first day here, I saw this top here. Again, we're in that downtrend on the higher time frame. So I was just waiting for a short. So early session, I saw these previous highs and this previous high also right here. And then it really rallied up. It was obviously a fake out. And then as it started breaking back down, I was watching the 1 minute, and I entered perfectly on that retest right there. So after we broke down below these levels, right, pretty obvious trend change here, I put a limit order right on this breaker block, hit it perfectly, and then I actually exited the trade right around here and then up here also, which is, you know, obviously I make some mistakes too. That wasn't the best idea to exit completely right there. I got a little bit nervous. So, you know, the FTMO challenge definitely is making me a little bit nervous. Because there's a bit of pressure to it, so I exited a bit early, and that was my bad. So the next day, we kind of just took a euro short. That was the main one, and you can see the euro short in action here. Similar idea. You can see up the top here, previous high sweeps. We're in a downtrend, sweeping down, and then we started breaking down. And again, we entered on that retest, very similar structure, and then we just left this one to run, and it hit the target. Also looked at GU, and GU was a little bit more bearish, right? So we just took a small little scalp on GU, and that was simply right here. After we were retesting this order block down in the downtrend of the day, we saw it on New York Open. We just got slightly above that order block and then dumped right back down, and we entered again on the 1 minute. So I've just been really trading on the 1 minute, and it's been working super well for me. Basically continuing the trend of the high time frame bias, and then just using the 1 minute to pinpoint my entries. It's Thursday, and we just finished the London session. You can see here, it's going to be switching over to the New York session in about an hour. And I've just closed out about a 3-hour trade right about there. I took some profit here and here, and then I let the rest go to about there. So it was roughly about 3-hour average. And the reason we entered this trade, very simply, previous days, very bearish. As you can see the trend on the actual time there. On the smaller time frame, simply this was an untested zone. We created a previous high here, closed below the previous high, tested that zone, felt really good about that. Put the stop just slightly above because I get a little worried about the spreads now because I'm getting screwed over on shorts sometimes. And then just targeting, where did we target? Right around this area right there. It would have been better, actually. This is my mistake. I could have gone for 4R. I totally could have gone for 4R down here, and it probably still will go there. So, you know, I still don't trade perfectly, but I kind of cut it off there because of the resistance there, as you can see. When I finish off, I won't show you the FTMO stuff again right now, but I'll finish off tomorrow, and then I'll show you the final FTMO profit or whatever, assuming I'm profiting. But we're doing super well so far. We're just locked in at 3R today. You can see basically what I'm describing there. Less than 0.5 per trade. We've made over 5%. On New York Open, guys, just had a trade. It's a little bit annoying. I'll show you here. Just basically hit exactly to the stop loss. That's like 0.1 pip or whatever. It's the exact stop. And so we were a little bit wrong. So what I'm just gonna do is just clean up. I have like some mess in my cupboard here. Just clean up that. You know, did a little meditating on my pillow there, and then gonna go have some breakfast or something, just relax and make sure my mind's clear so that it doesn't affect the rest of the day, because we're still exactly 5% at this point. So we'll see how tomorrow goes. I probably won't take another trade today, and then I just really want to lock in the first week at 5% plus, because then we're halfway done. Guys, so it is now basically the end of the London session. New York session is coming up here, and you guys saw basically the account balance there. I did have a couple losers in a row, and we are risking only about 4.4% per trade right now, so it's not a huge deal. You see the final balance there. I might take a small scalp trade in the New York session, but I'm always hesitant going into New York session on Friday, just because it's the end of the week, people are closing out of the trades, so I don't like to generally be in trades by that time, so I might not take anything. We'll see, but this is essentially the final balance for the week. I'm very happy with over 4% for the first week there. I'll show you the trades that went wrong, and I'll basically explain quickly why I got. All right, guys, so this is EU again. We were looking at EU mostly this week, and if we're looking at the 5 minute here, I see a consolidation here, and I'm seeing everyone stop or just getting stopped out there. We remember that EU is on this major downswing. That's the hourly time frame up top there, and I saw this dump down here, right? Just in the the London Open rather, and I really just wanted to capitalize on the retest of this untest area right there, and quite quickly it got stopped out. So we lost, I think, 0.3% on that one. And then I saw an even better trade here on GU, and you can see a very similar structure. That sweeping came up, and it actually tested this level perfectly here. And you can see it actually went a little bit past this guy, so I was confident to get in on a short on the smaller time frame there. You can see on the smaller time frame we entered basically on that breakdown again, and then it quickly came back up, and it is looking like we were actually right, but that was just another sweep just to stop us out. So that's too bad, but that's okay. And the reason why, let's just jump into EU here. The reason why I was wrong on EU was clearly I had no signs of reversal on the Dixie. So that was my mistake. I should have paired the EU trade up with the Dixie to make sure that it actually matched up, but it didn't seem to. So if we're looking at the FTMO here, we can see, I'm just going to go ahead and I'll click refresh right there. So you guys can see that this is the actual, that's the challenge account number. And we can see the challenge account number right there, same one. So you guys know that this is real. I just refreshed it so that you can see that, right? So you can see that's the exact same number. We've traded 5 days. Today is the 5th day. The biggest losing day was today, where I've lost only 1%. And this might change in the New York session, but probably not. I've never gone into any drawdown. This is actually positive. You can see I haven't had any drawdown. I was really hoping we could have a perfect week and finish off the week with 5 winning days in a row, but that's unfortunate. And you can see the lots and the win rate and everything like this here. They actually, I did not take 28 trades. That includes take profits. So the win rate is actually, I think it's a little bit higher, and this is a little bit higher than it should be. And also the average profit actually should be higher because this average of the take profits also. So that's the same thing for the R there. I think I probably averaged actually about the profits about 2.5 R. So my average profit per trade was probably about 6 to 800, something like that, per trade. And you know, scrolling down here, you guys don't need to see everything in detail, but you can see the trades here. USD CHF, I just closed that one out after realizing that I shouldn't have been in there. It's just kind of a quick mistake. That's the pound pair. That's the euro pair. Had a loser on the euro yesterday too. Other than that, ton of winners. Right, ton of winners. There you go, guys. Keep you updated for next week, and hopefully we can finish. But it is actually a holiday in Canada next Monday. So next week we might not have as many trading days. So I think that this whole challenge might take me the full month. I don't know. We're taking very slowly, guys. I did hit that yesterday. I hit 13R as a total. So if I was risking my normal 1% per trade, then I would have finished this challenge within 4 days. But I really wanted to go ahead and show you guys and in a sense brag about my abilities, right? And risk less so that it's actually going to be a longer challenge, so you guys can see it's more consistent, more growth. Because 4 days to finish a challenge, a lot of people would have just said, you know, that's chance, right? Listen.